some people get up on here. Said I'm gonna praise you. Said I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna praise you. Shalom, shalom. What it do, family? What it do, family? What's up, what's up, what's up? What's going on with the peeps out there? The Mishpachah. Yeah, so as y'all can see the topic, talking about a little bit of my testimony. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go deep. Let's give a little encouragement.
Where y'all guys eat at?
Man, you see how they do it. They got this. I don't know. They took it. It act like it's about to blow up though. You crank it up.
Yeah.
I'd rather just turn this little thing on before I be out here the heat of myself.
Blaze of fire.
Yeah, I be on fire out here trying to stay warm. Yeah, they might well take this on back in the building though. This ain't finna do nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Shalom, little sis. And so yeah, I'm gonna chop it up about testimony. You know what I'm saying? And why testimony is very, very important. You feel what I'm saying? Cause man, Yahuwah then brought your brother, your nephew, whoever I am to you. You know what I'm saying? A stranger, he done brought me through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And to be where I am, you know, for lack of better words, I'm very, very happy and proud that Yahuwah, you know what I'm saying, gave me the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to be where I'm at today. And a lot of people take for granted, you know what I'm saying, they pass. You know, I know unfortunately, a lot of us have seen some difficult times and been through some things. But Yahuwah really has allowed me to make it through some situations and get wisdom from situations as well. Like I done got a lot of wisdom from bad situations that I done been in, where I know how to minister to people now in areas. But pretty much, I've been in a walk, you know what I'm saying, about 6 years now, since 2015. You know what I'm saying? I graduated from high school 2015. And so I was telling the Ak about the story. So I was like, man, people don't really know my story. And by the way, your boy is finally, cause somebody say finally in the background. Finally working on the album. Like getting to a point where I'm actually getting it done, you know what I'm saying? And I've been having support from people, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, they really rock with Ak, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, everybody's support. But anyways, yeah, so I came in the walk in 2015. So it's about 6 years for me, you know what I'm saying, just being on the awaken tip. I didn't start off traditional Israelite. And when I say traditional, I didn't start off common. You feel what I'm saying? Like what we commonly think of as an Israelite. I didn't start off knowing that we was Israel according to the flesh. I started off in a congregation that focused highly on the conduct of Israel. Even though there was some misunderstanding in some areas, there was a lot of zeal in some areas. The intent, you know what I'm saying, of where I was first brought up was mainly around being spiritual Israel. And so, man, y'all, I'm drinking this coffee. I really don't be rocking with these junks like that, but I was tired and it's cold out here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm from Tennessee, so we get cold weather, but I don't really like it. But anyways, yeah, so for me, I didn't come in knowing that I was an Israelite according to the flesh. That wasn't really in my interest. You know what I'm saying? I would hear people talk about it and instantly rebuttal it. because I would feel like, hey, peace, stay focused, shalom, shalom. And so I would instantly feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's unnecessary or that's not important, you know. So, I started out different, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't your Deuteronomy 28 Israelite. I was more your Romans chapter 9 and verse 4. Not all Israel is Israel, and that was like my first thing. Like, you got to be conducting yourself as an Israelite to be an Israelite, and I felt like with that being a pinpoint in my faith and what I was shown when I first came into the walk, you know what I'm saying? It was just like everything else that somebody had to talk about, if they weren't trying to live like an Israelite or be in the function of Israel, you wasn't an Israelite. Now, there was some misunderstanding in that, a little bit too much zeal, you know what I'm saying, in my perspective that I had. But that's just what it was at the time, you know what I'm saying? But I did see a lot of fruit, and I seen some bad fruit in some areas as well. But let's get to it, you know what I'm saying? I'm 25 now. I turned 25 this year, you know what I'm saying? And so I came into the walk in the knowledge of it like 18. I was 18 years old, you feel what I'm saying? I really wasn't raised in a family that really cared too much about, just deep into Christian tradition. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't an indoctrinated person when I came into the walk. And so it made it easier for me to grasp certain things. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? I got it. I was aware of this whole Israelite thing in 2015. And how it all worked out was back when I was in high school, I always had this little tap in personally where I would like go out into the woods and pray. You know what I'm saying? It was a little wishy washy. I was doing a little extra, you know what I'm saying, trying to pray to talk to my grandparents and stuff. You know that unknowledgeable, you don't know that you're doing wickedness type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I was tripping. But my intent was good. What's up? What's up? All right, y'all have a good one. Yeah, so I had a good intent, but I always had a drive to want to know and to have more information about there being a higher power or some type of spiritual realm. And so, shalom, shalom, daughter of Yah, shalom, sis, hope all is well with you. So I always had this drive, you know what I'm saying? And growing up, I used to be very, very active in a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I love football. I was in choir, you feel what I'm saying? I ran track a little. That wasn't really my big thing. Played baseball. Basketball wasn't really my thing. I was too clumsy for that. I was long, tall, you know what I'm saying? Too clumsy for it, though. That wasn't really my thing. I was more rough. But football, singing, dancing, I was a people's person like I am now, you know what I'm saying? But very traumatized, you feel what I'm saying, as a lot of us have been. Very, very traumatized young dude, you know what I'm saying? And I started getting a little bit disrespectful and disobedient to my parents, you know what I'm saying, for things that I seen flaw in personally as a young man, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't really just flaw on their behalf. It was just I just wanted more attention in some areas, you know what I'm saying? But my mother, she wasn't as horrible as I thought she was when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? It's just she went through trauma like I did. You know what I'm saying? And people go through things and it just pass on. But at the time, I was very, very stiff necked. You know what I'm saying? And hard headed, disobedient. You know what I'm saying? So my mama had stopped dealing with me for a little bit, and I just doing loose stuff, man. So I had a best friend named CJ, and this is the night where everything really just sparked up for me. I had a best friend named CJ, y'all, and he my cousin too. We was going to an all-white affair, and at this all-white affair, it was my first cousin's all-white affair, my cousin Poo. And so we had went to the mall, got our clothes and all that, and we got our clothes. I remember what I had on. I had on a white V-neck shirt, some white pants, and some white Adidas. I had just got me a haircut, had a little silver watch on, a little silver necklace. You know what I'm saying? And so he had got his little white outfit. We had went to this. So in Tennessee, like I lived in Memphis, but I ain't from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I ain't from I ain't from the M. I'm from Ripley, Tennessee. And if you know anything about back where I'm from, Tennessee has small towns, you know what I'm saying, in pockets. You have little small towns. So for me, it was like you got like Jackson, you got like Militon, you got Covington, you got Dyersburg, you got Hennon, you got Ripley, you got Halls, you got Memphis will start getting into like if you was to stay in Atlanta, and Atlanta got different places, but everybody know that place as Atlanta. But that's when you get into Memphis. But before you get to Memphis, you got all these little small towns just sected out. And in a line, you got to go through all these little small towns to get to Memphis. If you stay like back in Dyersburg, you got to pass Halls. Um, and if you're going through Jackson, you gotta pass. And if you say if you in Jackson or at Nashville, Jackson, then you go through Brownsville, and you go past Halls, you go past Dyersburg and Dyer County, Crockett County, all these little small towns. You go past Ripley, Hennon, you go through Covington, you go through Mason, you go through all these different little towns before you get to Memphis. And so it always was little beefs and stuff like that with these little small towns. So like I said, I'm from Ripley, and you know what I'm saying. So the night that me and my best friend had went to the mall to go get our clothes and stuff, at the time my best friend, man, he was wilding. He had first got his little gun, man, first gun, and just tripping. He was excited, you know what I'm saying? He had a little 22. For y'all that know guns, it's a little small little gun. You can fit it in the palm of your hand. But we was young, you know what I'm saying? I was either 14, just turning 15, and he was like 16. And we was getting ready to go to the party, and we pulled up to his apartment complex where he lived at. And two dudes that we knew was about to get to fighting. One of the dudes was his cousin. And so he pulled up trying to break up the fight, but also with the intent that I'm gonna take up for my cousin in this fight that he really didn't even talk to that much. And we was all cool with each other. I don't even know why it had got that heated, but it turned into, all right, you keep messing with my cousin, I'm gonna shoot you. So he eager at this point. He eager. He like, I'm gonna shoot you, woo woo, do this and do this to you. All right, I'm finna go in the house get my gun. So before that transpired, you know what I'm saying, I met him at the door. I was like, nah, bro, we ain't finna do all that. So I'm trying to calm him down. Like I said, we young, he high-headed. Got his first gun, he excited, you feel me? And coming down the stairs, he trying to get out the door. I push him back in the house, like, bro, calm down. So he finally calmed down. Well, remember this is very important. Shalom, sister, Amina. How do you pronounce your name? I think I'm pronouncing it right. It might be Amuna. Is this the same as Amuna? I know we be spelling things differently sometimes. But shalom, sis. That's sis right there. But anyways, he ended up calming down, came in the house. Then I get a phone call. Boom. Hey, watch your back, bro. The twins talking about jumping you when you get to the party. So now that just happened, and we getting ready to go to the party, and the twins about to jump me. So we getting ready. So I really wasn't ever the type that was big into, like, you know what I'm saying, guns and all that coming up. That wasn't really my thing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, I was always, like I said, the rough type. So I'm like, hey, when we get there, we're gonna fight, whatever. So we expecting to get to this party to go fight these two dudes. We get there. Now we get to the party. He got his all white on. He's still in the same mindset, like he finna do something crazy. So then we ended up, y'all, this story's so crazy. We ended up going to the party, seeing the dudes, and I got one tattoo, and this tattoo is the same tattoo that they have as well. But these dudes that I ended up going to the party to fight, they was brothers, they was twins. And we get out outside. We like, what's up, bro? Y'all said we was gonna do this. And like I said, of course, it was a different attitude. It was a lot more serious. You know what I'm saying? We young, but when you up under them type of influences, you know what I'm saying? Like, where that's just the nature. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these youngins nowadays, like, they ain't even finna do all that. You know what I'm saying? They just want to start shooting at each other. So we was trying to talk it out, but it was about to turn into something, but it calmed down. We talked it out. It was misunderstanding. And that's another thing, man. Real talk. Let me quick pause. You gotta. I know for us mothers, fathers, big brothers, big sisters, never underestimate. You know what I'm saying, the lifestyle of a 15 and a 16-year-old, because you never know what they exposed to. A lot of children and a lot of people experience big time traumas in their age gap. You know what I'm saying? Well, you thinking that, oh, they're just a child. They don't know no better. And even though they might not know no better, that don't mean that they not doing it. You feel me? So they getting that experience in life that's going to influence it. Because most of my traumas that I would say happened in that time, and this is a trauma that ended up happening. So we ended up getting to the party. They didn't want to fight. Well, y'all, as of course, the reason why y'all on this page is because I sing. So at the time, they sung too. They sing too. They in the sing. They do the music thing or whatever. So they like my cousin like they call me Jay Shaw in the world because my worldly name. You know, Jay Shaw. Can you sing Happy Birthday to me? You know what I'm saying? She a Shaw too. So she like my cousin Pooh. She like, can you sing Happy Birthday? Then they sing too. Can y'all sing it together? So here we up in that joint singing to my cousin Happy Birthday. First, these dudes that I was about to get into it with. Now, didn't know that this was gonna turn out in the future. Like I said, I ended up going to America's Got Talent and everything with these same dudes where we got the same tattoo and everything on our chest. And I'm not justifying tattoos, just throw that out. I'm just speaking how the word ironic everything turned out. So we get up in that joint and everything cool with them. We got done singing the song. And I had met this girl that I ended up being my girlfriend for like 4 or 5 years. And ended up meeting her that same night, which turned out to be their first cousin. And she ended up being sort of like a doorway for me to meet the people that I met, where I was exposed to the truth. That's why all of this has an ironic like vibe to it. Like it was perfectly set up by Yahuwah. So what happens is we ended up going in a party, you know what I'm saying? We up in there, we chilling, dancing, everybody, you know, doing their thing up in there and dancing, buck jumping, you know how we do at the parties or whatever in the world. And next thing you know, we get towards the end of the party, we was gonna go to another one. And about time we get ready to go to the other party, something keep coming in my mind, man, we don't need to go to this party or somebody gonna get shot. You know what I'm saying? Something just kept coming to my mind. So I'm trying to figure out what this is, you know what I'm saying? So I tell him, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm getting serious. Like, hey, bro, I don't know if we need to go to that party, bro. I feel like somebody gonna get shot. He's like, nah, what you say? And I was like, all right, let's step back a little bit, because we were right up on the speaker. I don't know if we should go to the party because somebody gonna get shot. He like, what? We step back again. I don't know if we should go to the party because I feel like they're gonna start shooting or something. He like, man, I can't hear you, bro. So we step back even further. I done told him this about 6, 7 times at this point. I don't know if we should go to the party because somebody gonna get shot. Finally, we get to the back, and I tell him again, I don't know if we need to go to the party, bro, because I feel like they're gonna be shooting or something. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't trying to be in the midst of nothing crazy. Now, mark this. This guy, remember how conviction feel, or how heavy something feel when the Father puts something in your spirit. And you know that it's just pressing you, and you just gotta tell somebody. So in my mind, I didn't understand all that at first. All I'm thinking like, what is this feeling? I don't feel this a lot. So next thing you know, we get a ride. Our first ride, keys got locked in the car. We like, bet. I like, all right, that's a sign right there. We don't need to go. But I'm playing it cool. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just going with the flow. And then finally, we got another ride. Keys got locked in the first one. Second car wouldn't start up. You feel me? So now I'm like, oh snap. Third try. So first car was a dude named Fabian that back in home. Then another dude named Sylvester. We was gonna ride with him. His car battery dead or something. That jump wouldn't start. Next thing you know, we ended up finding another ride. Truck full of dudes. Me, I'm too hard, too cool for that. I'm not finna do that at the time. I'm like, I'm not finna sit in no truck with no bunch of dudes and sit in nobody's lap just to go to no party. I'm like, you know what, bro? I got my first job. My first job was this little summer job where I cut grass for my Uncle Franz. Shout out to my Uncle Franz. One of the men in my life that I can say, one of the men in my life I can actually say that I learned, you know what I'm saying, not just off of word, but off of his acts, what a man really looked like. You feel me? So from that point, what's up with it, bro? So from that point, you good. So from that point, you know, I ended up telling him like, you know, I ain't gonna go to the party. I'ma just, you know, stay here. You know what I'm saying? Do my thing. I'ma get ready to go to sleep. He like, you sure, bro? They in the truck like, bro, you coming? You know what I'm saying? Looking at the door. It's gonna say low because it's supposed to be outside. I mean, it's supposed to be in the building. It's cold out here, so it's gonna be saying low for the rest of the winter. So, anyways, yeah, we having them do the temperature and all that stuff out here that time. But anyways, so I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go. I got my first little summer job tomorrow. So when I tell y'all, I got home, and this stuff felt like this. I got home, got in the bed. My mama waking me up, shaking me, telling me, wake up, Jarvis, wake up, wake up, wake up. CJ got shot. I'm thinking I'm asleep, you feel me? I'm trying to stay in the bed. I'm thinking I'm asleep. She's shaking me again. Wake up, CJ got shot. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, man, this dream crazy. Like, I done had a dream that I done told CJ, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it was a late night, you know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking about nothing spiritual at the time. It just living life, you feel me? So she's shaking me, telling me CJ got shot. And I'm like, so finally I got up out the bed. I'm pinching myself and everything, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Am I really up? Then she was like, call Mika. You know what I'm saying? Mika is his sister. So he's like, call Mika, and Mika just called you, and she tried to call you, but you was asleep. Call her back real quick. So I called Mika. Mika like, she's crying. You feel me? She crying and all that. And she like, CJ in ICU. You know what I'm saying? He lost a lot of blood. He got shot at the party. My heart dropped, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there was like the staple in my life that really showed me that at the time, you know what I'm saying, who we call God is real. You feel me? Like, it wasn't no doubting in that, how that whole night played out. Now, remember the start of this story. The start of this story was we was going to a party. The party, we was going to a party. We went to go get our all white for the party. Pull up to his apartment complex, and he threatening somebody to shoot them. So all of this is in my mind. He threatening somebody to shoot them. And we get to the party to fight the dudes. I ended up in the singing group with the same dudes that I was going to end up fighting. Met the girl that was the doorway somewhere of me going to Knoxville to meet the people that I met where I was first exposed to what we call truth. And then this is the same night where he was threatening to shoot somebody, the same night he got shot. Now, all this is going on in my mind. I'm like, what is this? So the next day, you know what I'm saying, I go to the hospital. And I'm used to my bro, you know what I'm saying, walking around, being functional, you know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden I see him laid in the bed, can't move. Crazy thing is, the gun that he was toting around was a 22, right? Guess what he got shot with? A 22. With them small guns, the bullets are so small that they can travel around your body. So now this thing can create a blood clot. And a blood clot can kill you. You feel what I'm saying? So now he got a bullet stuck. He got bullets, I think 2 bullets stuck in him. And I think they got one of them out. And then the other one sort of purged itself out. But the other one stayed in him for a few years. I don't know. I couldn't call out the number. But yeah, so now I'm seeing my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the time, I took it real personal. So now I'm dealing with anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Murderous thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Revenge. I'm thinking about all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so, because I felt like at the time for me, this my brother, you feel what I'm saying? This one of the things when you say this all I got, that's what I really felt like at the time. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm seeing him in a hospital bed. Finally, 2-3 weeks later, you know what I'm saying? They finally telling him, all right, you got to get out the bed and you got to walk. You know what I'm saying? And I see him get out the bed, about to fall, walking on a crutch. You know what I'm saying? And we young bucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm 15, he's 16. And now for a whole year or two, like he couldn't even play football no more. And then I remember at the time it was already slick traumatic for us because we had already knew another dude that was on the football team with us named Nick. You know what I'm saying? Nick Talaferro. And he was cold. Ended up getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Shot, and that threw him all off. He could have been to college and all that, been a good player. But anyways, that had happened. And so what that manifested in me was like I had started turning into this hateful, murderous, quiet, silent, like just confused, traumatized, broken, you know what I'm saying, dude, you know what I'm saying. I got quiet, like I wasn't talking to nobody like that. And then at the same time, you know what I'm saying, I already got personal problems that's outside of this situation, but I'm using this as this part of my testimony just to explain how Yahuwah really highlighted himself outside of just other situations that I was in. But this was a situation where he highlighted himself. So few months go by, me and CJ, we still doing our thing, we still kicking it, we still around each other. I'm helping him out, you know what I'm saying. I'm helping him go to the restroom and all that, you know what I'm saying, because that's like my brother, you know. I'm gonna help him go walk on his crutches. I'm carrying him, helping him get lifted up out of bed and all this, you know what I'm saying. And so next thing you know, time ended up going by. He started getting healed up, you know what I'm saying, start feeling better. And crazy thing is, my big cousin, that he liked the light skinned version of me, you know what I'm saying, the light yellow, high yellow version of me. And he sort of was like the one dude that I looked up to. The dude that ended up shooting my best friend ended up being his cellmate. My cousin still locked up to this day, but the dude ended up being his cellmate. And it was just crazy, you know what I'm saying, how things worked out. The dude's perspective was, I never told y'all how the situation played out. So when we was at the party, they said, when I went home and I got in the bed, they said CJ ended up pulling up to the party with his sister, and he seen his cousin in the door of the entrance of going into the party. And so the dude was a kitchen crip that shot him. And y'all might not know, it's just a different sect of what the gang, the crip gang. So this dude, we getting back at home, it's different than how it is now. Like these dudes now, they just, not saying any of it's good, but it's getting even worse to the point where it ain't even gangs no more, it's cliques. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, these dudes get to the party, and they was trying to get in the party because my best friend, big cousin, girlfriend was throwing a party, and the dude, kitchen crip dude, friend had ended up pushing my best friend, big cousin, mama. Big cousin, girlfriend, mama. And so his big cousin tried to jump in it, and right when his big cousin tried to jump in it, CJ seen it and was pulling up to the party. Now remember this, I'm the one, he the hothead, but I'm the one that's rough. I'm the one that don't mind fighting. I'm the one that don't mind, like that was more my forte. I wasn't really big with the gun thing. So I know for a fact, if I would have seen CJ running up to go fight, I would have ran up first, because that's not, I know when I've always been protective of people that's with me. You feel what I'm saying? So they said CJ told me soon as he got out the car, he seen dude push the woman, and then dude, Nick, tried to jump in, which is his big cousin, push dude back. Dude ended up upping the gun, and they started shooting. They said, man, dude pulled out the strap and started, he shot CJ. First he shot him on the side, like he got hit, like right there, boom. You know what I'm saying? So CJ took out running around the building, and he shot him in the leg while he was running, then followed him around the building and stood over him and shot him one more time. And he tried to run, but you know what I'm saying, your adrenaline be pumping and that fight or flight turn on, and you know what I'm saying, after so long his leg gave out, and dude had ended up shooting him. Another dude out there ended up getting shot over 10 times. You know what I'm saying? And now he can't even use the restroom like regular person. He got to wear the little bag. You feel what I'm saying? And he wasn't even from there. He was visiting. He was visiting that night. And he was just at the party he was from Milwaukee or something like that. And so it was just crazy, like the whole story. So I know Yahuwah spared me from going there, because it probably wouldn't have been the same story for me. That probably would have either really shifted my life in a very negative way, or that would have been it. That would have been the end of my story. And so, you know what I'm saying? Yahuwah really spared me in that moment. So that's why I'm saying it's such a beauty when I look back and I see the mercy that Yahuwah showed on me in that situation. So, like I said, from me knowing all this information, I'm heated. I'm heated. I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm angry in the inside. And then, like I said, this is just an aspect of trauma. I got whole other aspects of trauma that I ain't even touching right now. So next thing you know, I ended up years later, for some odd reason, when CJ got healed up and he started doing a little better, it seemed like, we got older. He's you start to find yourself a little bit more. So you start finding people like you. So you start getting new friends. You feel what I'm saying? So, he started exploring himself a little bit more, and I would say I did the same thing. And we started finding ourselves, hanging around others. You know what I'm saying? So I remember even me, him. It was me, him, my brother. All these people, my cousins. Matter of fact, I'm talking about just friends. These are all my cousins, really, because we from these small towns. Any of y'all that's from small towns, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you from them little small towns in a state, and everybody kin to each other, everybody cousins. So my cousin Peter, which was like a close friend of mine, and LJ, which is a close friend of mine. LJ was more of my listening friend. He listened more. I started turning into a smoke addict. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way I could really clear my mind, clear my thoughts. I turned into like just smoking weed all the time. And it's innocent, like people as innocent as I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course we all gotta work on things, but then you it's totally different, like light and dark. But I was horrible. You know what I'm saying? Just where I was at. And I remember, like I said, remember this, all these pinnacle points. I ended up having this getting this girl number at this party, texting this girl, and she stayed in the neighborhood next to me. I didn't know this. And this is crazy how everything played out. Ended up texting the girl like, "Hey, what's going on?" Yeah. She texted me the night that my best friend got shot. Like, "Oh my goodness, so and so happened to so and so. Is he okay?" I ain't respond right then, but I ended up getting back to her. And we ended up talking, and so happened, like I said, she ended up staying in the neighborhood across from my neighborhood, and it was like a big field that you had to walk through to get to that neighborhood. So I ended up meeting her mother and her sisters, and long story short, we ended up talking, and it eventually turned into somewhat of a relationship. We was young, shouldn't have been even on the level that we was on, because we should have had somebody mentoring us. This is not a go do what I do story. This is a testimony. So y'all hear me, for those that's younger than me, that's looking forward in the future to get married. This is not the way you go about marriage. I'm just putting that out. Just giving my testimony. Learn from my mistakes. Don't walk in my footsteps in that. But anyway, so you know what I'm saying, I had met her, and we chilling and all this stuff, and eventually we fell off. But one day I woke up, and I woke up and I heard my mama and them talking about a woman burning up in the house, in a house fire. And unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, that turned out to be a very, very insignificant situation. I was walking around the block, and I couldn't find this house that was on fire. You know what I'm saying? And it really, something in me was like, man, this ain't good. So I ended up, my football coach, which was Coach Curtis, he ended up, my bad, I'm talking and reading the comments. Come on, bro, learn from the testimony and not from, hallelujah. So he ended up staying right around the block from me, Coach Curtis. Cool, Coach Curtis, man. And ended up going to his crib, and all of us used to just go over there because his son grew up with me, Pooh. And I went over there, man, and I'm like, hey, y'all heard? They was like, hey, you heard about what's going on? And I'm like, what you talking about? My guy Shaq, you know what I'm saying, real cool, bro, that I went to school with, you know what I'm saying, we graduated together. He was like, is so-and-so, is whatchamacallit okay? And I'm like, what you mean is she okay? He was like, then her auntie die in the fire, in the house fire. And I was like, oh man. I was like, nah, let me call and see. So I called, you know what I'm saying, I was texting and she wasn't answering the phone. So then they was like, yeah, we were gonna ride around there. So we rode around to go see what was happening in the next neighborhood, and it just dropped my heart. This is another traumatic situation. So it drew me to be more compassionate to her in that area. So I started reaching out more, going around her, and at the time I started talking to this dude named Cheney, you know what I'm saying, which ended up being her cousin. I didn't know this was gonna be her cousin. So they got a big family, right? So like I said, these small towns, everybody be family, everybody. So next thing you know, they in a different city than they in the city that's next to my city, Ripley, Hennington, Covington. So I ended up going to her mother's funeral, you know what I'm saying, just to show my condolences and just to be there as a support, and ended up staying with my friend Cheney at his grandmother's house. And then, like I said, all this, I didn't know that they was cousins until that day where he told me, like, yeah, we got to go to a funeral. And I'm like, wait, what funeral are y'all going to? Because I was like, I got to go to one too. He was telling me what it was. And I ended up staying the night with him and going to the funeral with him to show the condolences. Got there, met her family, you know what I'm saying, it was trying to be a good support. And it turned into a relationship from that point with me and this particular person. And ended up also that same night committing to being in a singing group with Shalum Queen. I ended up being in a singing group with them same. So now listen, the dudes that I told y'all in the beginning that I was about to get into the fight with at the party, this is her cousins too. So like I said, all of these situations sort of work their way to where I'm at now. So next thing you know, I'm in Covington, you know what I'm saying, with them, and then I'm like, hold up, so and so y'all first cousins too? They like, yeah, bro, we all cousins. So I'm like, oh, bet. So they up in there like, sing a song, you be singing, so I'm singing. What's them songs? I ain't even gonna try to remember. I can't remember none of that stuff. But we ended up singing this song. They like, man, you can sing. You sing high, cause I sing tenor 1, and I sung a little different than them, cause they had like more of that down south, like that down south, not churchy type of singing, but soul singing, like that down south soul singing type of vibe. And I had a cleaner type of singing because of what I listened to. You know what I'm saying? I used to be big on the whole R&B tip. You know what I'm saying? Versus them, they used to be big on that old 80s, 90s R&B type of tip, and soul and blues. And I was raised on that, but that ain't really what I listened to. Hold on, let me let these trucks go by real quick. Hey, give me some sevens. Give me some sevens if y'all think this situation is interesting. Or is it just me? This stuff be really encouraging, and it'd be funny to think back on just how things transpire. Give me some sevens if y'all feeling me, if y'all hanging in this story with me. Give me some sevens if y'all hanging in this story with me. Cause like I said, I want to really, really share this, cause this stuff really, it's a funny situation. All right, so I got a good amount of sevens. So hallelujah. So you know what I'm saying. I'm with this girl, and I'm with her, and then also these dudes ended up being her cousins. So we in the room and we singing, and they like, bro, we should make a singing group. And at the time, I'm like, cool, we can do that. What we gonna name ourselves? So we name ourselves Flawless. We name ourselves Flawless. Well, actually, they had already called themselves Flawless, and I just sort of joined in. And so at the time, we got dudes in the singing group that really can't even sing. They just singing in a low bass and baritone. Like, if we singing I love you, somebody singing I love you, somebody singing hi, I love you. Then you got somebody in the background that can't sing as I love you. So it's like we got people, we just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so finally we get to a point where we all started taking the whole music thing serious too. And we ended up doing shows everywhere, traveling and doing things around Tennessee, um, on the west side of Tennessee, Jackson, Halls, Haywood, and just doing shows everywhere, doing shows and talent shows and winning talent shows and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was really a pinnacle part of my life where Yahuwah, I can see where then, like the scripture says, for the gifts and the calling of Yahuwah are without repentance. So you can have gifts and your calling of who you are can already be on you, but you don't have to repent for that to already be there. So you got these people with these beautiful voices. You got these people with this very motivative type of spirit about them. You see what I'm saying? You got these people who got this very zealous type of spirit about them, when you can see where these people can be beneficial to the walk, but they never come in the walk. And why is that? That they have so many gifts and so many things on them, but they never come into the walk, because Yahuwah don't require a person to repent for them to have gifts and stuff about them. So at the time, you know what I'm saying, we functioning in that. So at the time we was doing the performances and all that, and yeah, it was bad. It wasn't good stuff. We tried to sing some Shalom Sister Tiara or Tara. Um, we singing about all type of crazy stuff. The average, what y'all would expect if you got a group of, you know what I'm saying, young teenage dudes, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be in the singing group. What's up, man? You doing all right?
Yeah.
All right. Young teenage dudes, you know what I'm saying, we all just trying to come up. So we just trying to promote what we hearing most of the time. So next thing you know, things start getting bad, man. We started having fall aparts. I feel like it's just getting a little contentious. We had bad habits, and like I said, all this same trauma still being built up from my best friend getting shot. So like you keep this in mind. Y'all know how it go. 6 years pass by and you still got the same traumas because you never dealt with it. So I'm done in the mind, like in my mind inwardly. So now wickedness is just there. So now I'm starting to listen to bad influences like August Alsina. This is somebody that's a singer, but he still sort of had that like gangster vibe to him. So I'm thinking in my mind, hey, this is a perfect example of how I'm trying to be. Like, I sing, but don't get it twisted type of deal. So I started listening to that, and that sort of promoted me to feel like, okay, I can really pursue this music thing. So I remember we finally got to the point where we was like, we're going to go to Nashville, and we was going to try out for America's Got Talent. Tried out for America's Got Talent, and one of the dudes in the singing group with us I ended up getting sick. Matter of fact, I ended up getting sick real bad when we went to America's Got Talent. And I was trying to work out my cold, but Yahuwah just wouldn't let that thing leave. And it just didn't work out like we wanted it to. And we made it through, like, I think, third audition. We was about to be next to going on the TV and doing one. Some states, they will actually do all the auditions on TV, but we was in a state that didn't do the television. They didn't televise it in Nashville because it wasn't that big. It wasn't that many people there at the time. But anyways, that went by, and at the time I'm still in a relationship with the same girl that I had met. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hold on to that because I'm feeling like that's all I got. She all I got. So time went by, me and the dudes in the group ended up falling apart for a little different reasons. Start getting affiliated with different stuff. One person claiming this, another person claiming the rival. It was little tensions in the air with us, you know what I'm saying? Just stuff started shifting. I started hanging around people back at home, and I was just like, boy, forget these coveting people, but at the same time, I love my brothers, you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it cool. Everybody from my past, I ain't really rocking with no more. I got a whole new group of people I be with, and now I'm starting to hang with other people. And this whole thing that I'm doing with the singing group is throwing off what I could have been in my hometown if I would have just stayed focused and not got into the whole smoking and hanging around the wrong people, partying all the time, doing all this stuff, because I was good at choir. Like, I could have went to school doing tenor 1 and being in a choir seat and actually have some scholarships, probably could have been a music teacher and all that, because I have a good ear for music. Even though I don't think I have the best voice, I have a good pocket voice for tenor. And so, you know what I'm saying, that's throwing that off. But I ended up going to all West, all state. And even when y'all hear like the the meditation type of vibes, like the ancient path. Bro, I be forgetting some of this stuff, but the ancient path, I think that's what I named it on there. But the ancient path, if you listen to that, it has that choir type of feel to it. But Yahuwah sort of cultivated it in that area where I used to really like the sound of that type of music back then. And so ended up time going by, and me and that group fell apart. And the girl that I was in a relationship with, you know what I'm saying, she was like, I'm gonna move to Knoxville, Tennessee with her uncle. And I'm thinking in my mind, so you just trying to leave me, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, finally she offered, she was like, you wanna go to Knoxville with me? And I'm like, go to Knoxville, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole nother state. That's a whole nother, not a whole nother state. That's a whole nother part of Tennessee that I ain't never been to. Like, I ain't never really been out of where I was from, you know what I'm saying? So I was sort of subjected to a train of thought, a certain way, a lingo. My whole lingo and everything changed when I moved. Environment plays a key role on who you are. That saying where they say you are a product of your environment is very true. I was a product of my environment, so perception of me being out of that box was so secluded and so subjected to like my perception on who I was subjected to what I saw. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna be still affiliated with this and that. And I'm gonna put my hands into this and that, but I'm still gonna be a good person. I'm gonna believe in God, but I ain't gotta believe in the Bible, and I ain't gotta do all this extra stuff, because at the end of the day, God is 100. God is real. Yeah, I'm not thinking like God is real and that He exists. I'm thinking like, for those of y'all that was in the age or in that age group where we say like, they say like, excuse my French, or they be like, that's a real nigga, or that's a real person. You feel what I'm saying? He real. He 100. Like, that's how I used to perceive God, because that's all I thought. That's all I knew at the time, being raised around people that was bad influences. You know what I'm saying? And so, and like I said, by no means do I want to paint a bad picture of my parents either, because my mother, she did what she had to do to make sure we were straight. Like, we started off in the hood a lot when I was younger. By the time I hit 11, 12, my mama and them had bought a nicer house, because she had ended up being a police officer. And around that time, that's when I sort of, a little bit like after that, is when I started tripping. And that used to traumatize me too, because I was seeing all the stuff that was happening. I used to be paranoid that if something happened to my mama, I'm really gonna have to do something stupid, you know what I'm saying, like crazy. And so, but yeah, me and my stepdaddy didn't get along. And my stepdaddy, he wasn't as bad as I thought he was when I was growing up. But I still had my traumas in those areas with gaps that needed to be filled. But I still thank them for what they did, you know what I'm saying, because I didn't die, you know what I'm saying. They still gave me what I needed. So I don't want to paint a bad picture of my parents. That's the one thing that a lot of people need to work on. Stop seeing your parent from all they did was bad. For those of us that may have not had the relationship with our parents that we wanted and desired, you can't make them worse than what they was, even though things may have not been perfect. Hold up, let me let this big truck go by. Even though things may have not been perfect, you know what I'm saying, you had clothes, you had a house, you might have not got the treatment that you wanted, you know what I'm saying, but if you had those things, you know what I'm saying, be grateful, you know what I'm saying, because somebody had it worse, you feel me? So I had to really tap down on that, you know what I'm saying, because I ain't perfect either, and I would hate for my son to discredit all that I did for him and all that I try to do. So, but anyways, just going forward, you know what I'm saying, going forward, I had a lot of traumas, you know what I'm saying, just growing up. And you know, so we going, she talking about we gonna go to Knoxville, back to my old girlfriend. We going to Knoxville. So I'm thinking in my mind, man. Now, mind me, at this time, I'm in getting close to graduating. I don't know why for my graduation I felt so pierced and so hurt, because I didn't want to let none of the people go to, because I knew once I graduated I wasn't gonna be talking to none of the people that I was proudly talking to. I wasn't gonna be getting to communicate with them, see them no more. You know what I'm saying? People dying, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I'm starting to feel death on my ear. You know what I'm saying? On my ear. I ain't even gonna get into some other aspects of the testimony. I'm gonna keep it sort of flowing down a certain lane. But it's so much more going on. So I'm getting to a point now where I'm just broken and I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, time about to go by. You know what I'm saying? And I had a hate. You know what I'm saying? For unfortunately and sadly, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say it because it's sort of shameful. But I had a hate and a love built up for my mama. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that it was like that. But that's just what it was at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was just a child, and its foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? I had that. How you doing? I had that going on with myself. And Yahuwah really tapped down on me later. But I had that going on, and I felt so broken in the inside because my daddy, he has an unfortunate situation with my daddy. He's got schizophrenic paranoia. So he can't really, you know what I'm saying, communicate with me as a young buck. You know what I'm saying? I didn't watch my daddy flip out when he don't take his medicine and be ready to kill me. I done seen him I done seen him and my grandma get into it because he didn't take the medicine that they put him on. And that whole story is even crazy if I ever get into that story with y'all. But like I said, I'm a broken young dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like I can't trust nobody. I'm experiencing and hearing about situations where people and their best friends murdering them. You know what I'm saying? I done been heard and been around so many situations where it's like, man, somebody set up so-and-so and dude get killed. So like I'm young and I'm knowing these people that this stuff happening to, and it's changing who I am inwardly. And I'm smoking. So when you don't smoke, when you done got addicted to that drug, now you tripping every time you need your high and you can't get it. So I'm leaving school, and in the middle of before I go to class, when a bell ring, I leave, go smoke, come back to school. So I'm smoking before school, middle of school, and after school. You know what I'm saying? And so like I said, we getting close to graduation. My girlfriend about to move. I'm about to lose everybody I'm used to. And not only that, me and my mama got issues, and I'm hurt because I'm crying out for attention, and I feel like ain't nobody seeing that I'm crying out. Ain't nobody caring about what I'm going through. And it just started turning me to even more of a hateful person, and just broken. I was just broken. I was more broken than I was anything. You know what I'm saying? So time went by, you know what I'm saying, and ended up going to Knoxville. And Knoxville, it changed my whole paradigm. You know what I'm saying? It changed my whole paradigm. Like I said, being a product of your environment, you know what I'm saying, that's 100. You know what I'm saying? If don't nobody believe that, you know what I'm saying, you really got to look at where you come from, the good and the bad, and look at who you naturally become. Whatever you put yourself around, that's what you're going to become. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm stuck in a box because that's all I'm used to. But when I got to Knoxville, a place that I ain't never been, I'm around new people. I can't conduct myself the same way that I conducted myself back when I'm in my hometown. I ain't around the same dudes, same influences. So now I'm around new people. What's up with it, bro? You doing all right? So I'm around new people and new things. You know what I'm saying? And now it's feeling like, all right, you know, I'm gonna be honest. I'm thinking in my mind, all right, I moved to a new town. I got my little Kia Optima. It's a 2004, and it's 2015. It's white. It only got like 68,000 miles on it. I'm fresh out of high school. It's got a nice little white paint job on it. You know, Kias, even though sometimes they'll make them just cheap, they'll make them just look luxury. So my junk had the leather seats, you know what I'm saying, the wood grain steering wheel, even though it was plastic. It had the wood grain steering wheel, so I'm like thinking I'm rolling, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting to, I ended up making a decision. I'm gonna move. I remember the night, and my grandma, I love my grandma. That's my heart right there. My grandma, she really always been there for me. I would say my grandma, she was very sensitive to me always. My grandma, she's hard. My grandma hard. She was hard. Yeah, I was the stuff, sis. I was the stuff with that little kid. You weren't telling me nothing. I had my little, I laugh about it all the time. They call it the pretty boy hairstyle. I had my little hair cut right here with the little, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. In 2015, 2016, they call it the pretty boy hairstyle. So I thought I was doing it, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, you know, time went by, and I ended up finally saying I'm gonna commit to moving. I remember the night when we was gonna move, and on our way to Knoxville, my longest ride I ever took, you know what I'm saying, being a teenager, you know what I'm saying, fresh out the house. My mama had already sort of put me out. I've been out the house and just doing loose stuff since like 16 at this point. My mama, she tugging for me. My mama quiet, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't really falling. I ain't really feeling like I'm getting what I need. So I'm leaving her on bad note. I'm leaving my grandma on not enough, not on the best note that I wanted to leave on. And I'm leaving all these people that I care about. And now I'm finna go somewhere because what I feel like I have the most valuable person that I feel like I got in my life that care about me the most, she ain't finna leave me. She ain't finna go nowhere without me. So I'm like, all right, I'm coming with you. You feel what I'm saying? So we ended up riding. And y'all, when I say I cried, like, it's a song that August Alsina had did called Mama, I'm Sorry. And he just apologizing to his mama for all he put her through. I'm listening to that. That John making me cry. And then he got the song Hip Hop, I Pray for More Better Days. And I'm listening to that. I'm crying. Like when I say she slept the whole ride, and I cried the whole ride. And finally, when we got to Knoxville, it was like, all right, we finally here. Now, when we moved down there, we moved down with her sister and her sister boyfriend. Now, me and the boyfriend weren't really chopping like that at first. And finally, when we got down there, it was like, all right, we're going to talk. So we ended up talking. We ended up liking each other. Cool, everything good. I'm making up my mind. I'm done smoking. I ain't going to smoke no more. I'm done smoking. I ain't doing that. I'm going to have a fresh start. How many of y'all ever been that person? For the person in the back, raise your hand. You been that person that say you're going to stop do something. Stop doing it, and it be so hard to stop. Every time you smoke be your last time smoking. And that's how I was, you know what I'm saying? So finally, I got to the point where I'm like, I'm done with this. Stop. When I moved up there with her, I'm feeling like I'm doing the thing, you know what I'm saying? I done moved to a new part of town, new city. I keep saying new state because I really didn't at the time. Like I said, it really did feel like another state for me. You know what I'm saying? They raising their hand. The people in the back raising their hand. So, yeah, it really did feel like a new state for me. So I ended up moving up there. And time went by, and things didn't work out in my favor like I wanted to, with all of us living in the house with her uncle and her uncle's girlfriend that we ended up, we moved up there with. So time went by, and we ended up getting a house with my ex sister and my ex sister's boyfriend and they little baby, they little girl. And it was cool and all for a little bit, but all it turned into was us all being smoking buddies. Except for my ex. She didn't smoke, but all of us, the other three, we turned into smoking buddies. And this company that I work for now, the security company that I work for now is actually the company that I was working for up there then. And it's funny, man. This is so funny. I didn't even think about that while I'm telling this story. But that's the company I was working for then. And so, time went by. We living in the house together, and things started getting rocky. Now I'm broken. Like I said, y'all, it's way more to the story. I'll maybe later I can share with y'all the even deeper part of this testimony. All right, give me a second. All right. Give me some sevens if I'm coming back through clear. My little sister Hadassah said I was coming through. I was breaking up. Give me some sevens if I'm coming back through clear. Before I keep it rolling. Give me some sevens if I'm coming back through clear. Hey, for real though. Okay, bet. So yeah, y'all. So you know what I'm saying? Where was I? Yeah. So we had ended up getting a crib. Things turned out good. I'm working for the security company with him. And we just had some crazy misunderstandings. And like I said, I don't know how everything played out, but I'm a cool dude. I usually go with the flow, but you know what I'm saying? He's affiliated with a different thing than I am at the time. But at the time I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I'm done with that, because I had started getting phone calls and text messages from these dudes in Orangeville, I think Orangeville, Tennessee, because I was affiliated. I wasn't fully initiated into this specific gang, but I was affiliated. And this is what I claimed in high school. I'm young. This is what I'm, like I said, you know what I'm saying, in a big wad of misunderstanding, thinking that this is really something that's going to make a change in this world. You know what I'm saying? But I'm digging the concept. I had information on it that I shouldn't have had and that I knew about, that I shouldn't have known about. So it really convinced me to, you know what I'm saying, really keep pursuing it, because people really used to look at me like, oh, he going to end up getting down with this. So I started getting people from this specific town in the state that I was in telling me like, hey, bro, you really trying to get down? You trying to get on count? You trying to get in this? Woo the woo. People I don't even know. Then I had a friend. He had just really got really put down into it. And when he got put down into it, he started hitting me up as well and telling me like, hey, bro, come on, you can come down here with us and you can get, you know what I'm saying, get in like this. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking about it. And at the same time, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. So finally, my ex-girlfriend, sister, boyfriend, I know that's a lot, y'all. It sounds like a whole sentence just to get to a person. But my ex-sister boyfriend, he was in something else, the opposing gang. And he was like, bro, you can get down with this and get down with that. And I'm like, nah. He was like, well, how about we start our own thing? And at the time, I had started finally reading the Bible. I had my New Living Testament Bible that I had first started off with. I had got baptized. I think it was 2012 when I ended up getting baptized, but I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? It was just that vacation Bible study, and they convince you to get baptized because you're going to be saved. And I got saved, and literally the next day after that, fornicating. So, like, it was horrible. You know what I'm saying? And so I had the Bible that they gave me for the day that I chose to get baptized in the Christian church. And ended up started reading that Bible, and like I said, things aren't really unlocking for me. But I'm broken. I'm a broken dude. I'm crying. Like, every time I get by myself, it's like I start thinking, and I'm crying. I'm feeling broken down. I'm feeling hurt. Now we're going to speed up, get a little bit to the interesting part. Like I said, I'm working for the same company that I'm working for now. I ended up working at the CVS pharmacy market. And I'm in a CVS call center, and I'm sitting outside the door while they doing construction, and all you can let in is the workers, but you got to get their names and stuff. So finally, I had got this little action Bible. It was an action figure Bible. Some of y'all probably seen it. If you haven't seen it, and you got children, look up Action Bible, and it got pictures in it that it's like it's almost like what's them things called? I really went into that stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, not Pokemon. People are always referencing in the truth. Dragon Ball Z, anime. Like, people that like anime probably would like them action Bibles because they have pictures and expression and art forms to show you like what was happening with the Bible. So this is my first time I'm reading this thing. I'm like, wow, this got all type of stories in it, you know what I'm saying, that I did not expect. So I'm sitting there, and finally one day, you know what I'm saying, I'm sitting there and I'm broken, you know what I'm saying. I'm singing Smokey North for I Need You Now. My voice gone. I would sing a little bit of it, y'all. I've been trying to sing, but I've been sounding horrible up on here, so I ain't even gonna keep doing that. But you know that song, I Need You Now. Y'all should look it up if you don't know it. It's a very good song. And I'm sitting there singing that joint. I'm just crying, you know what I'm saying? And finally, Yahuwah had gave me some signs again. I told Yahuwah, if you real, show me a sign. And it was raining at the time, and the rain stopped. And I was like, man, that's fake. I ain't finna believe that. That's just a coincidence. Then I was like, if you really real, show me another sign. And then it started back raining. And before I got to ask him to show another sign, it stopped raining again. And I said, I got up and I walked away, and I was like, I'm starting to feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to feel like this feeling in my chest that I ain't never felt. So I'm like, man, I'm starting to feel sort of exciting, because now it's starting to, like, he responding to me. So I went back over like, this too good to be true. I was like, show me a sign if you're really true. And I look up to the heavens, and then next thing you know, I look up to the heavens and where the sun is, and I see two clouds, and it looked like the clouds is like this with the sun in the middle of the clouds, like facing towards me. And then I had started reading Daniel, the book of Daniel, and the book of Daniel where it talks about Nebuchadnezzar having a dream, with the statue with the gold head, silver chest, um, the the bronze loins area, and then going down, you know what I'm saying, getting into the clay and the iron mingled together or whatever. And so, you know what I'm saying, I'm reading that, and I don't, hold up, let me let this thing go by. So I'm reading that, and I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm still in the midst of my sin. I'm still smoking. At this time, I had picked up I didn't even mention I had picked up a drinking habit. I wasn't even no drinking person. Like, I had tried different things, you know what I'm saying, coming up, as most of us probably had, you know what I'm saying, if you wasn't raised right. I tried different things coming up, but I really wasn't no drinking person. I had to even start turning into a drinking dude. Like I said, I'm picking up a little weight. I always been lanky, you know what I'm saying, and Yahuwah, man, he had me reading that, you know what I'm saying, I could not figure it out, and finally, getting close to the time of my birthday, I ended up going downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, and like I said, at the time, like, I'm a whole different person. I had burgundy hair, you feel what I'm saying, I had burgundy hair, I had burgundy hair. I had a gray trench coat on with fur in the inside of it. Some clean pants, some Timberland boots with art drawn. So I'm like a whole nother person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still in that sort of fantasy mindset. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like just living life, enjoying life, but at the same time I'm hurt and broken. Like a lot of our brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking around with my girlfriend. We taking pictures and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm like high. We used to say scully. So I'm gone. But I'm out there looking at these Gentiles, these white Gentiles that was out downtown Knoxville. And they was dancing. And it was getting close to Halloween time, so they had the little glow sticks. It was dark. They dancing and doing, y'all know what I'm talking about, with them little nightclubs that people be going to and they be dancing all weird and stuff. That stuff is so weird. But yeah, they had the little nightclub thing going on, and they was tripping me out. And I'm just sitting there, I'm just looking at them, I'm amazed. Like, bro, these people is crazy. And me and the girlfriend, we just sitting there laughing at them. But it's all right, let's get out of here. So, yeah, I had the burgundy, little sis. I had the burgundy in my head, yeah. It wasn't like crazy burgundy, but it was like black with the burgundy at the tips. Yeah, I was wilding. And so, I thought I was a pretty boy. And so, time went by, and we ended up walking. It was all right, we're gonna walk and explore a little bit more downtown, because like I said, we just exploring the city, because we ain't been there that long. We just going out. So we ended up walking, and as we walking, I'm starting to hear, this world gonna get destroyed. I ain't hearing no regular Israelites. I was in like I said, this is a different type of people. And so this world about to get destroyed. It's gonna be burned up. It's gonna be destroyed with fire, and this gonna happen. And I'm thinking, you know, all right, babe, you know what I'm saying? We finna have to watch out, because it sounds like somebody about to get to fighting. But I keep hearing the world gonna get destroyed. I'm like, ain't no regular person sitting here talking about the world gonna get destroyed. So I hit the corner. You know what I'm saying? I hit the corner. I'm being a little silly now, but at the time, you know what I'm saying? I hit the corner, and I'm like, I see these dudes. All of them yellow, high yellow, big beards, low haircuts. They got nice, good hair. So I'm thinking they some Arabs. Yeah, it just turned out both of the brothers was mixed, and then one of the brothers was white, but he looked sort of Mexican or something mixed with that. He wasn't a camp. It had the same essence and the flow of a camp, but it wasn't a camp. It wasn't like your traditional. According to Deuteronomy 28:68, we the people that got brought over here on slave ships. It wasn't that. Like I said, these are the people that I got brought into with. It was more, it was like, imagine somebody dressed like Muslims, teach like Messianic Jews, preach like a camp, but they reason better with all ethnicities, because they don't believe in the whole Israel according to the flesh thing. So imagine all of that combined together. So I'm walking and they like got a strong hate. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love this world, the love of the Father is not up in them. This place gonna be destroyed. All those that's friends of the world, they're gonna be destroyed with the world. Just like Yahuwah destroyed Babylon, he gonna destroy this kingdom, and fire gonna meet this kingdom with the roots. So I'm walking and he's saying Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hold up, I've been reading Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He ain't finna be talking about Jesus like that. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, this man don't know who he disrespecting. But at the time, I'm still hard. I'm still trying to hold that little street vibe to me. And so I'm in the inside, like, how he gonna be a Muslim? Like I said, I'm like, how he gonna be a Muslim out here talking about Jesus? And then I'm finna get back because he looked like he about to blow this joint up. You know how people think, even with some of y'all, I'm sure y'all that had that, when people reference you to a Muslim, be thinking you about to be making jokes like he gonna Allah Akbar something. And you know what I'm saying? I'm out there and so I finally turned around and I looked, you know what I'm saying? And he grabbed my attention. He looked at me, he pointed at me, and all the attention seemed like it just got drawn on me. And all of a sudden, I realized the topic of what he was talking about. He was talking about the statue of Nebuchadnezzar. In the time periods, just like when they got destroyed, that this place was going to get destroyed. And he was teaching about a great flame of fire coming and destroying the statue from the bottom, from the base, the last kingdom. And he teaching up on that, and it clicked like, oh snap. That's what I've been studying. That's what I've been trying to figure out. You feel me? I'm like, that's what I've been trying to figure out. So finally, I'm trying to figure this thing out, and he teaching on it. Then he picked up a poster board, and he like, this ain't Jesus, brother. He wasn't, like I said, it wasn't like a camp where they like, this ain't Jesus, but this black man, you know that black dude that they be having, that they done drew, and they be like, they be saying those graven images, but make this image and say this literally is Christ. And they got the picture of the black man with the smoke coming out his nose and the red eyes and the, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't that type of flow. It was more, let me just show you that this right here is Caesar Borgia. But he picked up another picture and he was like, this is what Jesus would have looked like, more like this one. And he picked up a picture of a Arab looking man. Because you know when people say Jesus looked more Middle Eastern. I still don't understand that. But at the time I did. I thought I did. Being ignorant of some things. So I'm like, man, wow, so Jesus, that ain't Jesus, so Jesus actually ain't white? And he like, nah, this is a gay dude named Caesar Borgia. And he's very intellectual, he's smart. So check this out. Time went by. I ended up leaving that spot, and I'm inspired, but it shook me. I'm like, man, I've been studying this, and now all of these little situations where God then brought something right back around to my attention, it's starting to flash before my mind, and I'm like, man, this can't be real. So finally, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I gotta stop smoking. I'm starting to feel the conviction on smoking. I got to the point where I had smoked after I had met them, and all of a sudden, I remember the day I had started smoking, and I remember sitting down on the bed. And when I sat down on the bed, when I ended up sitting down on the bed, Yahuwah ended up, I don't know if this was a demon. I think it was a demon, y'all. I really feel like that. I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, it seemed like some big hands started gripping up on my rib cage and started squeezing me. I'm sitting in the bed crying out. You know what I'm saying? I'm screaming out because I'm hearing a roller. It's almost like I'm hearing a train track like going around my head. Shoo, shoo, shoo. I'm hearing horns. I'm just hearing like a train. You feel what I'm saying? And so, shalom, little bro, Malachi. I'm hearing like a train going around my head. I'm feeling like something is squeezing my rib cage in. You know what I'm saying? I'm in pain, and I called my girlfriend, sister, boyfriend in there, and he came up in there, and he was laughing at me. He was like, bro, you need to drink some milk or something? You having an overdose? And he was laughing at me. Like I said, I had just smoked a blunt. I was used to smoking. It wasn't like it was something new to me. And it was bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there, and it's like Yahuwah allowed that to happen. My rib cage feel like it's getting squeezed in. And I get in the shower, and I just started crying out to the Most High, because they was laughing at me. Like, it started off first as me. I came in the house with them, and they was smoking. I had already smoked, then I smoked with them, and then all of a sudden I started feeling woozy. So I started feeling really thirsty. That cotton mouth hit me. For those of y'all that got the bad testimony like I do, that cotton mouth hit me. So I'm like, I'm so thirsty. I cleared a whole jug of Welch's juice, a whole carton of it. Still thirsty. Throat feel like I didn't ate a t-shirt. My throat feel like I ate a t-shirt, y'all. And went back behind it with some cotton balls. So I'm thirsty. I drank a whole thing of that. Then I drank a whole little half thing of milk. Drunk some milk. Then after that, I was so thirsty. I was like, I gotta drink something. So I picked up some pickle juice. Started drinking pickle juice. Straight out the pickle jar. I'm talking about, I got that junk cocked. You know what I'm saying? I got that junk cocked. Like they hat right now. That junk cocked. I cleared the pickle juice jar. I go in the room. I'm shaking. I'm hearing this train. They looking at me crazy, laughing at me. Like right now, like y'all think that junk funny. I can see why. You know what I'm saying? I was tripping out. I bet it would have been funny. I'm sitting there drinking milk, pickle juice, water, juice, shaking on the bed. You know what I'm saying? And so I finally got in the shower, and I remember crying out to the Father like, I won't ever smoke no more. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm sorry. I see what you're trying to show me, but at the same time, I'm still worldly. You feel what I'm saying? I'm still worldly. I'm still worldly, still out here doing my dirt. You know what I'm saying? So finally, days start getting better. You know how worldly people get. Like somebody right now out there living their life that they know they aren't supposed to be living. Everything start getting good. And then all of a sudden, y'all, I choose me a day to go get me some more. And I was buying it from this dude too. I should have known. If I would have just really had the mind that I had now, I probably would have known. But I was buying it from this weird gothic like white dude. Cause like I said, I started getting really paranoid with our people, cause I thought they was always trying to set you up. This white dude was cool to me at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like he cool. He got natural stuff. He ain't got all this extra stuff. I'm gonna link up with him. So I'm linking up with this dude, and I chose to get some more. All it took was one little hit. Next thing you know, I was tripping out. I was tripping out. I was wilding out. I was like, nope. I knocked on not my sister-in-law, but my ex girlfriend's sister door, because it was just her. She was there, and I was in my room. She was in her room, because all of us lived together. I knocked on her door. I was like, look, y'all can have all this. Look, I got this. I'm pulling out a whole bunch. Like, y'all can just have this. I'm done with this. And that was the last time. And I remember ended up going back out, and I listened to them preach again. And I started making up my mind, like, I'm about to change. I'm about to really get my life together. Because like I said, they were so inspiring to me, because they was bold with it. They was bold. They was very intellectual. They was wise. They knew the Bible, and then they didn't seem like no pushovers. And that was like, I can't be no pushover coming from where I'm coming from and then turn into this little weak preacher in my mind. You know what I'm saying? But even though that's really how Yahuwah called us, he called us to be bold. He called us to be bold as a lion, you know what I'm saying? And to be humble, to be intelligent, to be all these different things, wise. So I'm like, this is perfect. It's like I can be what I want to be in the world in a good way. So I'm starting to see that. And I'm going out there. And finally, they ended up inviting me out to dinner. And my brother named Yasharal, he ended up giving me my first garment. I still got that first garment. It's a little navy blue garment. I still got it. I hold on to it just for memory's sake. I remember he gave me that garment when they took me out, and I had wrote my first song. And the song was like, it's a cold, cold world, and I do not understand why you live a lie, why you take up for your sin. You say you want to change, but you do it all again. You say you want to change, but you do it all again. And my bad, my voice gone. It was like, it's a cold, cold world, and I do not understand. Zamir, he been on it, cause he want it. Early in the morning, he feel his pain so much going through his brain. You wonder why he ain't the same on. I know it's hard, let God work, let down your guard. Took a while to clean my thoughts, but now straight I'm moving on, that's life. You know that's real, let God work, you know I will. No, it's really not my will, you know this, the Father's will. And it was like, the fact is, Jesus Christ died for my sin. You know what I'm saying? At the time, like I said, it was Jesus Christ, because that's all I knew. So, next thing you know, I'm like, man, I'm about to show this song to these brothers that I've been chopping it up with. Because like I said, I'm starting to feel an actual change within me. And so I get there, we got this brother named Elijah, this brother named Micah, this brother named Josiah, and then I got my brother Yasharal that I still with me to this day, and ended up ended up bringing a song after them, and I could tell Elijah was feeling it, but the rest of them was like, okay,
That's the last stroke for a night.
okay,
Everything goes to the 40.
all right.
Um,
You about to get the
I'm about to do a couple of these, yeah.
okay, cool. I got you for sure. So yeah, so you know what I'm saying. A few of them was like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying, and then other of them was like, they was like, you know what I'm saying. That brother, man, got he gonna be one of the singers. So I remember my old elder, man. He was sitting there. He was like, all of a sudden he just looked at me one day. He was like, Zamir, you run. And I didn't know at the time what that fully meant. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what that fully meant. It's crazy how that when you even break down Zamar, now I go by Zamar. You know what I'm saying? And it's not too far from Zamir. For those of y'all that might be confused why I be putting Zamar on the song, it's not too far from it. But Zamir is just more implied and more of song, and then Zamar is more implied to sing. It's more of an action. And then also to play an instrument. Anyways, going forward, I got that name. The day that my brother Yasharal gave me that garment, the same night I went home, a spirit of anger came on the dude, my girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, that he said that we was talking about him. And what it was, we was young, but he had told me that we all could pretty much like put our money in a vault. I think about this now at this age. I'm like, that was so stupid. We was in a world, and that was not gonna work. But we can put me and him work, and my girlfriend and his girlfriend work. We can all put our money in a vault, and we can all get money out of it when we need it. So we taking on this mindset like, okay, we community living. There can't be no community in the world living in wickedness like that. But we thinking, he had me thinking like, all right, bet, you know what I'm saying, bet, you know what I'm saying, bro, cool. Now, we didn't do the vault thing. I wasn't that slow. But I was a little slow because instead of giving the actual amount of money that we needed for us to actually split the bills, I was giving a set amount of money every month. So sometimes I would give $30, $20 extra. So, you know, as time go by, this stuff build up. And we doing this every pay period. So for a few months, you know what I'm saying, we losing money, you know what I'm saying? And we had told my girlfriend uncle, you know what I'm saying, what we thought was going on, and we was just saying we wanted to get our own spot because it just seemed like they might be keeping a little bit of our money, and it turned into a big thing. But that day when I got there, he had a spirit of rage on him. And like I said, I'm trying to do right at this point. I ain't thinking about fighting. I'm hurt. I'm ready for a change in my life. I'm ready for something different. As soon as I walked in the house, he's sitting on the couch cussing. The lights on in the house, and I'm wondering like, what's going on? So we walk in the house like, hey, brother, you know what I'm saying? Hey, sister, you know what I'm saying? We get in the house, and he automatically with the stuff. Man, when I say he got in my face, pointing his finger, I'm a smaller dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm tall, but I ain't like heavy, you know what I'm saying? I was about 170, but I'm skinny, you know what I'm saying? I'm a smaller dude. I ain't really like the biggest size dude. He like 230, you know what I'm saying? Solid size dude. He not fat, he just bigger than me. And putting his fingers in my face, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going on first before I even get there with you? Like, what's going on? He's like, you know what's going on, boy? Talking to me like a dog. You know what's going on, boy? This and that. Putting his finger in my face, mugging me, pushing my head. And so I'm like, man, I like, hey, bro, chill out. So then he grabbed me by my shirt and pinned me up to the wall. So now I feel myself, like my eyes is still changing. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable. And what really got it is my girlfriend, sister was fighting her and was like grabbing her head and pushing her head against the floor. So I'm getting overprotective for the girlfriends. I'm like, you gonna have to get off her, so woo. And it turned into a whole thing. So I finally got him off of me and got her off the floor. And we was like, we gotta go. So I ended up calling up my old elder. I'm like, hey man, can we come over your house? We need to get some counsel. We need to talk. We just had a situation happen. We get there, and he was like, y'all can stay here, brother. So long story short, me having that night, that situation happen, turned into me living out of my trunk and staying at my soon to be elder house. And they ended up coming back down the second day we stayed over there, and they was like, look, y'all can move in with us. You just gonna have to pick up some bills. And I was like, bet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all living a righteous life. I want to learn this. I'm tired of living with dude. You know what I'm saying? He was sort of narcissistic at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to change my life. I don't feel like fighting all the time. I'm tired mentally. He gonna push me to do something that I don't want to do, because like I said, I ain't been delivered from none of the stuff that I was still struggling with way back when I'm telling y'all my best friend got shot. I'm still fighting murderous thoughts if you push me to that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fighting violent thoughts if I was pushed to that point. I'm still fighting this and this and that. So finally, it just get to a point where I was like, you know what I'm saying, I can't go back there or it's gonna be bad. My bad, let me let this truck ride by. So Shalom, little sis. So I'm like, man, let me get this out the way. I'm gonna move in with my old elder. I'm gonna move in with my elder. So I remember moving in, and immediately I seen a shift in my life. I seen differences. I seen things happen differently. I seen a man in a different image that I had ever seen men. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody teaching me. I seen somebody making me feel smart, making me feel intellectual for the first time in my life, teaching me like I was somebody important. I never had somebody, you know what I'm saying, sit down and tell me, like, you know what I'm saying, so brother, what is this saying? And then I break it down to them, and they like, exactly, that's what they're saying. Or no, that's not what they're saying. You do better saying it like this. So I'm feeling like, you know what I'm saying, I'm feeling a little better about myself, about who I am as a person. And not only that, now my spirit getting fed with the word, because the word is spirit, you know what I'm saying? And it's the word that quickeneth, like John 6:63 say. So, you know what I'm saying, that happened, you know what I'm saying, and things turned into that, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I ended up joining the street preaching. That stuff ended up turning into a consistent thing. I was doing the street preaching while I was there for like a year and a half. I ended up moving back home. Some situations happened. I had some crazy stuff happen, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all more of the situations too. But I had some crazy stuff happen. But ended up doing the street preaching, moved back home, picked up the street preaching back in my hometown. Back closer to my hometown. I started doing street preaching in Memphis, Tennessee, on Bill Street. For those of y'all that have been to Tennessee, and y'all know how Bill Street get down. It's like every night. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. My Ari Shalom, man. Shout out to my brother, my blood, man. That's my Ak. Been rocking for a while too. We used to go out there and do the street preaching together. Learned a lot, bad and good. Got persecuted in that. You know what I'm saying? I learned in that. Started watching. Things fell apart pretty much with me and the assembly that I was with at first. It started getting just bad. And I'll go more into that later. But I started watching Hebrew Nation Building, right? Hebrew Nation Building. For those of y'all that don't know, if you look on YouTube, that's my op, you know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying, that's my family, you know what I'm saying? Rebirth of a Nation. And for those of y'all that don't know, I'm with Augusta Tribe, you know what I'm saying? And I've been learning a lot. Things that I need to know, a lot of the traumas and stuff that never got healed, even being in a walk. I got good qualities when I was in the other assembly, but I never got healed. So when I came so it started off first as me leaving my old assembly, and I remember, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, I gotta look for more people to fellowship with now, around 2016-ish, towards the end of 2016, me and my not my girlfriend. Anyways, I never even explained. My girlfriend I was with at first, she didn't like the modesty. And at the time, the congregation that I was in, it was like women. And I know some of us still have our personal things, but at the time, before my congregation used to really push women shouldn't be wearing pants. You got to wear your head covering all the time. She wasn't going for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if maybe she would have stayed in if it was the other route, but I highly doubt. But at the time, it was like, you better not wear no pants. You better not wear you better not be coming out. Nobody better not see even a string of your hair. And it was just, it was extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was extra, especially with the hair covering thing. And she just wasn't rocking with that. So she ended up leaving in 2016. 2017, like I said, I started looking for somebody else to fellowship. So I'm looking into all these camps, and these camps, all they talking about is Esau. And I'm like, man, this is not what I'm used to. I'm not used to people being so focused on fleshly stuff. Like, I'm not convinced by this whole Israel according to the flesh thing, because look at, this is all these people talk about. So finally, I'm looking on YouTube, and then Hebrew Nation Building pop up. And a video pops up with them and some more people featuring in that video that they was talking to. It do be like a drug. It be messing these folks up. They can't think straight. They be indoctrinated versus actually being open to receive whatever the Father trying to get them. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. Not all of them, but for the most part. Some of them, that's just all that they've been exposed to, and they need more to be exposed to. But some people really do think that that camp stuff is it. And that's just not it. But I ended up running into a video with Morey Moshe, Chief Moshe, with Rebirth of a Nation, and Chief Yahusha. And they had the Jewish dude up on there, and there was a video where they was talking about what the Israelites actually looked like, what David looked like, David being ready, and the dude couldn't even explain fully about what David looked like. I forget the Jewish dude name. He's a popular Jewish guy that they actually was talking to, and they was sitting in the van, and I was like, man, I like these men. I like these guys. And I remember saying that specifically, and ironically enough, time went by, I started chopping up with some of my brothers from OKC, and they ended up going to one of the Passovers when I was talking to them, and I ended up reaching out to Rebirth of a Nation page. And first, off top, I ain't get no response, because I know they had a big ministry. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying, around 2018, I had reached out, didn't get no response. But then finally, I ended up reaching out to Morey Moshe. He hit me back like, yeah, man, I'm here for you, what you need. I love being there for the young people. And that right there just drew me. Like, he loved being around. He loved chopping it up with giving to the young people. I'm like, okay, let me keep reaching out. So I ended up getting his number, and he reached out to me. From there, it's just been up. Like, I visited Augusta one time, and I went to an Atlanta Passover, and I constantly kept reaching out to Morey Moshe for guidance, for mentorship, for training in certain areas. And I wasn't getting it as thick as I am now. But at the time, it was really needed, and they are really big on marriage. And he started telling me, like, yeah, you and your wife, y'all, you know, me and my wife really want to be here for the young people with their marriages and stuff like that, with the woo. And I'm like, okay, bet. And at the time, I really didn't see the full benefit of that at the time, honestly, because, you know, usually when you come in to walk, brothers are overzealous, and all they want to talk about is a woman being submissive and a man telling them what to do, because a man is the head and a woman's supposed to submit. But it's a whole story to even that. A woman can't submit to no wicked man if a wicked man telling her to do something opposing to the word, or a woman can't respect that. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't doing all that I was required to do as far as the conduct, you know what I'm saying, that I needed to do for my wife to be able to follow me. So we struggling. Even though I'm still doing the street preaching, I'm doing all these different things, we struggling and stuff. And so finally, you know what I'm saying, Morey Moshe was like, you know what I'm saying, y'all come. I started chopping up with my Ak Nazir. We was talking, and finally it turned into like, we need to go and move down to Augusta. And at first I was like, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I got things that I need to be doing. I got things down here. I'm still doing my own street ministry, whatever. But finally, I just had enough. I started feeling empty again. And now I'm in Augusta, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, it's just been up. You know what I'm saying? Yahuwah has really taken me up. I've learned a lot. I've been able to elevate. I'm happy. I still got healing, but this healing is not healing that it's on the forefront of my face. You don't see it when you, like, it's that healing that you find as time go by. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily in that place where, you know what I'm saying, I actually gotta be going out, you know what I'm saying? And you can see it all over me that I'm need some full deliverance. Like, I ain't there no more. I used to be there. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I joined myself with a ministry that's really big on, you know what I'm saying, Rafim, healing. You know what I'm saying? So I praise Yahuwah for getting me thus far. But yeah, like things really worked out for my betterment, man. Just staying submitted. And I just want to encourage y'all, you know what I'm saying, if you going through some situations, some rocky times in your walk, just stay submitted. It's going to be things, bad decisions you might make. You feel what I'm saying? But the scripts say a wise man falls 7 times and he get back up. You know what I'm saying? So if you have fell in that area, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Keep going, get back up. But yeah, man, that's how it went though. That's the testimony. It all started from that one night. Best friend got shot. And that was like the main thing that really sort of drew me into like getting into the word, you know what I'm saying, like I am at this point. You feel what I'm saying? Like the Most High really he gave me that. What's up, man? You doing all right? He really gave me what I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I wasn't gonna get it, but he gave it. You know what I'm saying? So all I wanna say is like stay encouraged. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody take that away from you. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Yahuwah gonna do things in your life to shape you and to mold you. You know, and everything ain't gonna look like it's turning out good sometime, but the Most High really, 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 if you his, you his. He chastens who he loves. So he took me through some challenging situations, you know what I'm saying, that I had to endure through. But them challenging situations made Zamar. At first I was Jay Shaw, you know what I'm saying? I was this wicked young brother just looking for himself. And Yahuwah showed me myself. He opened up doors and unlocked things within me that now manifest before y'all, where I can be able to share my gifts to be able to bless y'all. So, yeah, man. What y'all think? You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about this testimony? Hey, love you too. Love you too, Israelite King. May we all receive elders who can build. Exactly, bruh. Man. Hey, sis, that's 100. Like, people undermine that. If you don't understand the importance of elders, you messed up. A lot of these, like, I had it twisted too. Even in my street preaching days, I let knowledge puff me up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I had knowledge puffing me up. I thought because I knew precepts, I thought I knew something. But precepts without experience is nothing. You know what I'm saying? You want to have somebody that didn't live them precepts, or that didn't see why them precepts didn't work out for them. Fortunately, with my testimony, I have a lot of season from bad decisions that I made, and Yahuwah delivered me at a young age, so I got to experience some good things. You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, once I made it through those situations, but yeah, you know what y'all think? What y'all think? How y'all see your brother made it through the grimy. He made it through the grimy. Like I said, I got way more. That's just a little bit. That's just a little bit. I can go on and on. But that's like a big pinnacle part of it. I pray that it was enjoyable for y'all and not boring. You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see, I try to keep it happy, you know what I'm saying? Keep it interesting. So yeah, Yahuwah really changed the brother though. I thought I was gonna be big time gangster out here singing love songs to the women and making money, smoking all the time, you know what I'm saying? Singing songs about how broken I am and I wish somebody would, and at the same time, you know what I'm saying, just doing all type of crazy stuff. But Yahuwah turned me into somebody that's gonna sing on a mountaintop and praise his name before men and not be ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's who I am. That's what I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to stay. I ain't ashamed of this thing. I'm in it 100%. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So hallelujah. I'm going to read some of these. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Abiyah and Yahusha, for this testimony. Yes, ma'am. Yehudit Israel, thank you so much for that testimony. I really needed that. All praises. Simple life. Helping me to see my young son in a different light. Praise y'all for him and keeping him and using you and your fam. Yes. Yes. Like, that's why I'm saying it look bad sometimes. But some people, they not just being who they are. Like, really give people the opportunity to express to you why they doing some of the things that they doing. And you got to be careful, because I was really, when somebody started pressing themselves on me, I would turn cold turkey. I wouldn't talk. I get silent. I had this look in my eye. Like, when I get serious, I have this look, this laser look. And my son do it to me sometime, and I be like, Zion, you better fix your face. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you know what I'm saying, I used to have this look, and people would be intimidated to come around me, but I didn't like nobody to press on me. So you just got to be careful about pressing too close on somebody. A young man who hurt, even though he young and he don't have a lot of experiences, you never know what he done been through personally, you know what I'm saying, and mentally, like things he done been exposed to. Like I said, I only told y'all a little bit of it, so it's some intimate parts of my testimony that I'm careful about sharing, because I have to share it in such a detailed way. And you know what I'm saying, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, but I just had some very, very traumatic time periods in my life, you know what I'm saying, where it just messed me up, you know what I'm saying. And so, like I said, it just turned me into an angry young black man, like a lot of our young brothers, you feel what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying, this is what Yahuwah brought me through. And I just want to say this, you know what I'm saying, just be considerate when you hearing or when you seeing somebody go through. Now, don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you if you know for a fact they ain't trying to hear it. Because one thing Yahuwah did, he showed me signs and I listened. So know the difference when Yahuwah using you to give somebody a sign and they not listening. For instance, when Yahuwah gave me the voice in my ear, in my head, telling me don't go to that party because somebody gonna get shot, what would have happened if I would have went to the party? Just because he told me, and just because I knew he was saying it, don't mean that if I wouldn't have went to that party, it still wouldn't have happened. I probably would have got killed that night. You feel me? And I remember all that stuff. I remember, I felt it in my heart that I needed to go to the place that I went to, and it ended up turning into me losing what I thought I was trying to hold on to and getting something else that I'm now still holding on to. And so, and now I got a beautiful wife. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my wife, Zamora. She been holding it down for a brother. She been there with me, you know what I'm saying, through the thick. When I was still trying to get over the situation with the ex, you know what I'm saying, my wife, she was really there, you know what I'm saying, and she stuck with me through it. And we got some testimony too, some crazy stories that in the walk, you know what I'm saying, crazy stuff that y'all probably be like, dang, that happened to you in the walk. And you know what I'm saying, but yeah, we had some crazy stories, and maybe both of us can tell that story one day. We can get on here and just, I want y'all to get to know me a little better, so y'all don't think it's just like my motivation for my music really is not to be seen or just to be heard from people just because I want some attention. I really do have a story, you know what I'm saying. I really do have a story that I can share with y'all, you know what I'm saying, that I feel like could be inspirational, especially for the young bugs. You feel me? And because I'm not that old, you know what I'm saying. I'm 25, you know what I'm saying. I ain't that far from when I was just going through all that stuff. I remember all them feelings like a clear glass. I can see myself walking beside myself right now, moping, hurt, broken. So yes. So who else we got up on here? Testimony is good. Only light remains. Expansion and exposing of light allows y'all to touch a hearer just by walking out of Torah. Yes. Hallelujah for my little sister Hadassah, my little brother Malachi. Abiyah, you don't know me, but our stories are similar. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sis. Hit the like button, fam. This is needed. Hallelujah. Simple life. That's wisdom. Todah. Hallelujah. I gotta love her. Yeah. Yeah, these youngins out here way depressed and hopeless, knowing or feeling everything is a lie, and not knowing the truth and bearing the weight of darkness beset on all sides. I'm gonna tell you what, too. You gotta look at what the enemy doing. The enemy really is pushing these mental illnesses and stresses on them. Like, they promoting it. Like, when you look at, they got these new artists that's now making songs and they talking about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Now everybody want to have a post-traumatic stress disorder. They want to have it so they can promote it in a song. And that's when I look at it, they did that because a lot of them dudes be around my age that's pushing that. They did that to us subconsciously by the music that they was putting out. And now you look at the fruit and the time period. Now the people now, that's all they talk about. So next, They're gonna be talking about something else that's getting put into us, that's what people in my age group that's gonna then be putting something new into the next age group that's gonna come out. And all them gonna be pushing the same thing. But they really pushing to have a mental disorder now. Where you stressed out and you can't help, you need pills, you need medicine, you know what I'm saying, smoking, because they know what they're doing, you know what I'm saying. So all I'm gonna say is, the Most High is intentional too. He know how to take them situations and flip a thing upon them. Yes, they are. I'm gonna get into that more too, that mental illness. I might talk about that tomorrow or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can get up on this joint and chop it up with y'all, and y'all can get to know y'all Ak a little better. Let's see. Great testimony. Please talk more and y'all spirit leads you. Yes, ma'am. I'm happy you shared your story also, because I've been trying to understand my part in my marriage ending. This outlook helps. Yes, mental illness are demonic strongholds, and I agree. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some too, like, I really been learning from, like I said, if y'all really want to get into that marriage, like learning about marriage, like go to the Hebrew Nation Building YouTube channel. Go to the playlist, and it's a playlist with merit. They got the merit sessions where the elders and the imams in our assembly are really going into marriage and breaking down how to have a successful marriage. And it's them videos, they right there of access for everybody. So, you know what I'm saying, that stuff is there if you need that, you know what I'm saying, just for the future, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, like I always know, like you know what I'm saying, people be going through stuff and they be silently hurting, but watch when somebody crying out for help, you know what I'm saying, in their actions, and they not saying a lot, but you can see it in the way they move. Watch when somebody do that, you know what I'm saying. Watch, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of people out there doing that. They ain't as bad as you think they are. They just don't know no other way. That's all they know. That's the only way they know how to express their hurt. But yeah, I'm gonna end up getting off of here, y'all. I love y'all. Let me get some love back. I love y'all, man, and you know what I'm saying, I'm glad that y'all enjoyed the testimony. I'm glad that y'all appreciated it, and it inspires me to do it more often. But yeah, that's Zamar 101. That's my story. That's me. I love y'all. Peace out, family. Yahuwah be with y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Hey, keep enduring this thing. Keep enduring this thing. I'm gonna let Lil Sis put the link in there. Lil Sis gonna put the link in there for the marriage videos. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Sis already said talk to you tomorrow, so I guess it's sealed. I guess it's sealed. All right. Love y'all. Peace.